This is a 1950 Caterpillar .4 loader. Bought it back for $850, but it took a long time to buy this back. It was years ago. And what about the protagonist we're going to see today? It is still the Diesel West that everyone is very familiar with, Matt. And for this loader, Matt is going to start it up. Many of my friends may think he's going to do some renovations, but actually this fourth, it's for that project in his garage, 4H. He needs some spare parts on this loader. You can see the bucket in front of you. What about a bucket structure like this? Generally, loading operations are carried out. If it is a relatively flat bucket, so it's basically bulldozing. So what you're seeing here is bulldozing. And what to do? Just put some of the available parts on this unit. Put it on that D4H. The age difference between the two cars is about 2 years, according to the information provided by Matt's brother. According to what Matt said, the car must have started after returning to him, but it sat there for a few more years. So now what? He wants to confirm again. Will this engine still work? Because he needs some structure, especially the auxiliary starting unit. He needs some mechanical structure, those that can be used normally. And what about his DCH? It's the one being repaired in the garage, not in particularly good condition. Here's removing all the hood. All right, he didn't do it to open the valve chamber of this engine. And the main thing, just to facilitate checking the condition of the oil. At the same time, open all protective covers. This way, the whole structure will be more clearly displayed. You can also see it from this angle. There's actually some oil leaking under this engine. A layer of sludge was pasted on the whole fuselage. Although these sludge don't look good, but actually for the protection of the body, quite important car for so many years. The reason why the engine is not completely rusted, it is because of the protection of these oils. Here, I took a look at the radiator. Here, I took a look at the radiator. In the future, you need to add some coolant. As for this coolant, it is usually enough to add some water because it's just a temporary boot. Just drain the water later. But before starting, be sure to fill up the coolant, especially since he had a little gas engine to support it. That little gasoline engine, without cooling, it overheats very easily when it starts up. After that, it will cause damage to the machine. Therefore, the step of adding coolant must not be omitted. But as a single diesel engine, it's okay if you don't add it for a short time. How about this short time? There's no way to give a generalization. Are you like a normal machine? It's a 10/8, definitely no problem. You have to say it will take an hour. Maybe you're lucky and it's okay. Here, I checked the oil. He noticed that the level of the motor oil looked a little high. Plug it in again. Yes. Because the oil level is so high. Can't tell. After all, the oil is too high, or is there water in it? Little easier to get to. Still not great excess. There should be transmission fluid behind this. This oil is still about the same. His car is a manual transmission. One of the things this machine's missing is the intake for the diesel. Which side is blocked? There will be a filter before intake. After he started it a few years before him, it blocks this intake array. If it's not blocked, there is a good chance that some small animals will get in. And down below, you'll see a disc. And the disc there is the flywheel for the little engine. The flywheel of a small gasoline engine. That makes it a little bit clearer. What does this flywheel do? It's not just for watching him rotate the counterweight. He's actually, you look at the one with the arrow. If he is without electricity, you can wrap a rope around this flywheel, then pull in the direction pointed by the arrow. In this way, you can also start quickly, typically get pretty thin and end up blowing out. And over here, you see a little gas tank. It also has a small gas tank. This way. Put that thing down over there to try keep the water out. And when starting this kind of car, just be sure to pay attention. After the small gasoline engine is started, drive the main diesel engine to start. After the diesel engine starts, can't kill the little gasoline engine right away. To cut the oil circuit of this little gasoline engine, then put the gasoline in the carburetor, burn it all, hope that translates into, is this operation, generally speaking, it's at the machine that you decide you want to stop. I may have a few days, even say to operate it when you don't move for a few months. What if you moved every day? There's no need to say you have to turn off its oil circuit. Because sometimes, what about gasoline? May enter the engine, then it will gradually mix with motor oil. This will cause the oil inside to dilute. We're gonna hook it onto the pony engine, see if the pony. There is this risk. We can't say absolutely. Now a jumper bag is prepared. Does this car have an electric start? Electric start is mainly with move his little gasoline engine. Ah, that era. His electric starter didn't do that well, so he wasn't pushing himself. There is no way to directly drive a diesel engine. The glass is not shattered. So just to show you, can this flywheel rotate normally? Power him up. You see, that wire clip is already clipped to the car. Positive plus positive. Just add iron directly to the negative electrode. The flywheel can rotate normally, and it proves that this little gasoline engine is not stuck, can turn normally. And what about starting the little gasoline engine next? You also need to check if there are any electric sparks. Then you need to check the magneto. Is there any spark in this check? It is to determine whether the magneto can generate current. Another spark plug is sticking in the boot, and hang it down by something grounded here. He won't remove the spark plugs because it has been dismantled before. Confirm that the state of this machine can be used normally. Here, take the iron directly. Then see if there is any spark. The sludge is too thick. Simply peel off the metal inside. There's a bolt. Just fit the connector directly on this bolt. Hesitant to even do what I'm doing, but it's got a thick plastic handle, so I'm hopeful. Don't get zapped. This is working alone. It's not easy to operate. We have spark. I can be happy with that. Then, press the start switch. See if there are any sparks. In the process, Matt has been staring at this position. We are in the camera. I don't see it clearly. In fact, he also took a good look. And there were no sparks. They come back to life. It's rare, but it does happen, so we can try it. He tried again and again. Sometimes the magnet may rotate. This current will return to normal, can be generated by sparks. But it's a pity. This process is tried many times. No effect. So you need to check the magnet at this time. I can't believe we ever got it as lucky as we did on the dozer. I guess I can't expect something like what we talked about earlier, a classic car with a relatively recent age. Generally, what needs to be checked is the distributor. This magnet was a precursor to the distributor, accessories like this. Maybe many old farm mechanics still remember, because the bulldozer yards at that time. There are such parts. There we go. It's actually a fairly simple rotor. And then on this lid, several graphite touch points. He replaced this stone grinding touch point himself before. So this time, don't change it. Mainly, considering some touch points inside metal oxidation may have occurred, you need to rub it for him with a rubbing knife. The other thing is they're like the grit on them. I don't have our current car. This is done. It's all EFI controlled blow these contact points out real good after we're done. What about him? It also means that I followed the advice of netizens, use this material to polish touch points. It feels like sandpaper. Think I did about all I can do for... You can't just put the lid back on yet. We need to test it again in this state. See if you can. It is whether it can rotate normally. Can you move it? Just now, I used an air gun to blow it. Some dust impurities generated after polishing inside through the operation of the magneto. You can also see the touch point is vibrating. It's the frequency with which it rotates. It vibrates. And so what happens is you go on and on. Is that like you want to close the circuit? The lid has been reinstalled. What do we do next? Just try to start again. Cannot be posted to YouTube. We fought like cats and dogs, but in the end, we made up. Before the official launch, you also need to move the joystick, the pony, to the other side. There are 2 joysticks. In fact, these 2 joysticks are a set. This is to open the seal of the diesel engine, then adjust the accelerator, the 2 handles below. It's this little gasoline engine and the clutch between the diesel engine. His clutch, it is equivalent to dividing into a two-stage, his unlock. In fact, it is equivalent to that he has no way to open it. It's currently stuck. So he needs to pry. Don't know how. To really free the agency behind him, it's actually a push forward. One pull back. He doesn't have an automatic reminiscence process, up for anything where we could get some lubrication to it. This thing needs to open the lid at the back, then adjust it. Maybe the rust is stuck. Because Matt also said, for this institution, rust stuck is a very common problem, especially some old cars when you don't move them all year round. It is particularly easy to get stuck in the case of all I can do, soak her down. I guess while we're in here too, we can try to, in fact, what about his agency? It's the gears that complete the little gasoline engine, a combination with a diesel flywheel. But are you in the process of bonding? Make sure that when the gasoline engine starts, you can't go with this agency. Diesel engine direct bonding. It doesn't work directly. It can't be carried like that. And just can't let him in the process of starting. It's just that the gears are squeezed together a little bit, then the whole gear will bite out. How about here? It's prying the flywheel of a diesel engine with a crowbar. Confirm that the diesel engine can rotate. You guys know what that means. We stand a pretty good shot of getting this thing running now. First hit it with a hammer to vibrate it. Then spray some treatment agent, just some penetrant. Many friends know that car repair god water. That's kind of the sort of thing, basically. In fact, there are many brands. It depends on which brand you are willing to recognize. There we go. Keep spraying it down here, hoping we talked before. Many old machines are not easy to start. It's just broken. It's been too long. Some mechanical structures, due to the perennial lack of maintenance, no oil lubrication, then the rust gets stuck. Like this old machine. If you have been using it normally, let's not talk about stopping for 3 years or 5 years. Stop for 3 or 2 months. It's still very easy to start. Sometimes you will encounter some. Compare machines that are difficult to start. That thing can't be said. It may be very difficult for you to handle it yourself, but you just drove into the repair shop, or you drag it to the repair shop. As soon as people test drive, he is also afraid of people when he wears this thing at once. Matt did add some coolant. Then the location of Honghu just now is with some gasoline. The machine is also successfully started. Actually, this car doesn't have many surprises. After all, he started it a few years ago. So this car has a lot of confidence. And what about the startup this time? Just to prove some spare parts inside, it can continue to be used. What happens next? This car will also be used as a dismantling material. What's missing from his DCH? What to dismantle from here? Because of the parts of the two cars, they're basically interchangeable, as long as this machine is a brand. And then it's about the same time. It's spare parts. The degree of universality can even reach more than 80% looking at that way. Not that every old car gets one proper renovation. After all, There are too many old cars like this on their side, and the channel you get is also very cheap. Sometimes you may buy a spare part separately. It costs hundreds of dollars. But buying a car like this, use whatever you want to dismantle, it costs a few $100s. So buy some spare parts cars for repair. It's more convenient. That's all we're going to talk to you about today. See you next time.